Hello everybody, this is Torgal and welcome back to Modsauce 2. Last time we made biodiesel and today we gotta set up the generator to actually use that diesel, and then we're actually gonna get to the ore processing. But first off, a little thing here I noticed. Let me just show you over here first. The ethanol that comes from the sugarcane filled much faster than the plant oil. But that was due to the crafter over here not crafting fast enough to make the melon seeds. It did eventually catch up after, I'm gonna say both of these drums, the second one here was full after 2 hours. Okay, it was filled with 256 bucket, but don't forget that that also means it already made the entire drum full of biodiesel. Because until this wasn't full, you know, this was just passing right through into here. So this biodiesel generation or creation, whatever you want to call it, is quite fast. You make this stuff really fast. So I think now that once this is, these caches are going to be full, you wouldn't even need this imaginary time clock block over there anymore. And when that was done here, I had to, I forgot now, 700 and something cold coke, and I just earlier turned this on and it's making us steel now, and we got more steel, 475, and I used a bunch already actually yesterday to make the parts that we need for the rest of Immersive Engineering. So now, another thing is underneath here, you guys remember I had a solar panel here and so on, and what I simply did now is, can I break, just take my word for it, 2 blocks down is an ender tank with the lava, and then above that magmatic dynamo, and that is charging the thing here. So this runs on constant power even at night, and we're just using the lava for that, and it's incredible fast still. And that way, these guys here were always full because they ran out of power when I had this guy running on the same thing. But now if it turns on, the capacitors, the 2 that are over there come in here, are never draining. So I make enough power to run these 2. And the 3 machines over here, these 2 and the refinery, never drained the 2 capacitors that are coming over here. So these guys really don't need a lot of power. So it's all good and it's all working besides this right here. I noticed that the sugarcane didn't fill, right? I wanted the caches to be full, and that is because of this. It just, you know, filled this with melons for some reason and couldn't get the sugarcane in here anymore. So what I decided doing is I put in a trash can underneath here, and these 2 inputs here we're gonna set to, you could set it to 1, but I like to make it clearly visible, so I set these 2 to 10, and this one down here I'm gonna set to input priority 0. And now you're gonna see it's gonna empty all the melons out of here, and you see now it can put the sugarcane, and that's gonna go over here eventually. So what that does now is it will always try to put it into the caches first, and if they're full, then it's gonna just avoid it. And we're just gonna let it go like this. This is free power, so it doesn't even bother me that this just goes all day long. Yeah, let's close this up. Bam, just like that. So, whoop, what I'm stuck on. All right. So now let's go ahead and make our diesel generator. I'm really excited about this because this is a really powerful machine. Now let's get this out of here. Let me get the book so I can recall how to build it. And it is right there, diesel generator. That's the guy we're building now. It's a big machine again. Most of these are 3x5 or 3x3. Let's go down to the bottom layer right there. So this is the front and this is the back of the machine from my testing. So let's go ahead and build this up. I remember this one. This one is easy to build. The crusher is a little more involved. I'm gonna have to look at the book to build that over and over. And so you need 9 of these, what are they called? Radiator blocks, and 27 of these heavy machine blocks. That's all the steel. And then just 6 of these over here. And now I believe, where's my hammer? I forgot now, is it right there? There? Yeah, there we go. Now it is put together. And you guys see there's like a big radiator block back here. This right here, we can put a lever to turn it on or off. And over here, D3 is a power output. You can have 3 different ones. And the biofuel comes in here or there. So I figured we're gonna bring it over. Oh, please tell me that I brought the pipes. No, I didn't. Let's go pick them up real quick. Ducts. These? Yep, tempered fluid duct. And I'm gonna need a servo also. We're gonna go with the hardened, so this is going fast. And let's go back over here. Even though nothing can spawn, I always make it a habit to close, because if a creeper would come in here, it could be devastating, right? So let's go ahead and run this up here. Where's my regular wrench? Disconnect that here. And how high do I want to go? I think I'm gonna go 1 higher to really get this out of the way. And how do we go over here? Let's start over there. Go up. And that's the height, right? Yeah, okay. So let's come over here like this. And like that. I could put it up here, but I don't know, want to get it out of the way. I think it looks good like that. And also we're going to have the cables over here. So now let's put this guy in here and set it to always active. And it's going to go over here. Now, the cool thing about this machine is I found out it's really cool. You never waste any fuel. This will only start if there's something it needs to charge. Which I think is really, really cool. I like that a lot. So now, how are we gonna go from here? Let's go ahead and build this guy first before we figure out how to cable it up. I am going to need this, and this. Let's put it like that. And like I said, now I need to look at the book, and that is under tools and machinery, the crusher. This thing right here, this monstrosity. And this is the front. This is what I want to have here. Why do you not stop scrolling? I just want to see it. So, okay, we start with 6 of these. And then the U like that. Bam, 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 bam. And then all light machine blocks. Okay, second layer is 3, 2, and 1. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 1. Oh, that one is in the middle. Okay, and now comes the funky part with the fences. 3 and the rest filled. So just the back corner stays open. This one right there. 1, 2, 3. And bada bang. And the rest is easy. You gotta put 9 hoppers here in the middle. Like that. And now let's form this guy. Come on. What? There we go. Okay, there I clicked. All right, this, again, you can put a lever to turn it on or off. And this is where the ore comes out, or whatever you process comes out right here. And be careful, because when you jump in here or mobs fall in or anything, it will actually kill you. It does full damage. So you can even use this for a mob farm. The only bad thing about the crusher is also that if you throw something in that it cannot process, it just destroys it. And there's also no way of pumping items into it. You need to physically drop them into the top of this, which doesn't bother me. I got a solution for that. And now let's give it power first. So where can we put... Let me think here. Where... I'm gonna need my capacitor, these, my connectors, and my cables. Yes, that's all we need. We don't need this anymore, or this right now, or the engineering hammer. Okay, let me hop up here. Where could we put this? Let's see. I kinda... trying to think here, because I think that these can only input on the top. What if I put this? I don't want to put it up here. This looks silly. Let's see real quick. I want to put this guy. Let's put it like... Maybe one more. I didn't plan this part first, so sorry about that. But let's put it like this, and now we can put this capacitor on top. Just so it kind of looks like, you know, it's held up by something. And now we need... Where's my hammer? Do need this guy. Because these, you see, the input is on the top again. And then the output, I want to be on this side. So that needs to be orange, like that. Is the blue still on the top? Yes, it is. Okay, so now we can connect this guy up top. This is so... I don't know, this is a little buggy sometimes. I'm not sure why it does that. See how it turned the output this way now, but I wanted it to be over here. Stop it. Give me the output. Go away. I don't get this. There we go. Do I still have input? Yes, finally. Okay, and then we need one here. I'm just going to put that in the middle. And by the way, HV can only have one cable per connector. So I cannot have with two come out from here. MV and LV you can, but not HV. But now we run this. Please let me get up there without... Ah, it's obstructed. All right, no problem. We should be able to put this in the front then, right? Let's put this right there. Now it's input, and of course it messed up the output again. This is annoying. There we go. And I'll just leave the input on top. It doesn't matter if we have one extra. So now let's go from here to there, and you hear it instantly starting. Sorry, I should have warned you. And look how fast this charges. 500,000, 600, it's 4,096 a tick. And then we can come from here. I want to make sure I'm not falling in there. To there. Is connected. So now this guy has power. You see it's already charged. And let's just give this a second until it's fully charged because it's so loud. Let me pick up all this stuff here. Because one more thing we're going to do right now. Here on this side, I forgot. We need this. So we need this. We need one of these ender chests, and we need this. This is our main ME input, right? And for now, I'm going to put this there. So that means everything that comes out of this machine automatically goes in this chest, which is, bam, our main ME input, right? But I need a way of getting stuff into this machine. And I figured what we can do with that is... Let's see, I kind of want to make this somewhat realistic looking. It should not hurt me if I stand up here, thank you. Let's drop this in back here. So can I place one just for the time being right there? No? Right there, okay. And apparently this is the middle. Perfect. Let's put it right there. This is a open crate from Botania. And that is pretty much a fancy dropper. That's really what it is. And where are we gonna put we need one of these here. Let's go up here for a second so I can stand nicely. Put this on top. And can I rotate you? I don't know if we can rotate ender chests. Yes, we can. I want... Oh, I had it like that. I want the diamond to be up front here so we can see it. Let's hop back down here. And set this guy to extract automatically. And can I reach this? Yeah, input. There we go. So now this is pointing in here. So let's take something that I know works. Let's get some. Let's get some. Do I have any cobble? All right, perfect. Let's get a stack of cobble and process that real quick so you guys can see it, how it works. And of course now, instead of me going up there and putting it in, imagine this chest is somewhere else, right? Bam. And that's connected to this one. So once I put the cobble in here, you guys are gonna see. It just drops all these... Oh, I forgot the magnet. Oh my god, the thing is so loud. I hope it's not bad for you guys. Let's try this again. You guys see it drops it in there. And then you should see sand coming through here very quickly. I'm sorry if it's really loud, guys. My headphone is about to blow up, I think. So that's how this works, and that is done. So now let me get out of here. and then unfortunately tell you guys the bad news, okay? The bad news being is that I had no idea that this crusher cannot process any of the ex nihilo ores. So when you look through here, ex nihilo, all this stuff here, gravel, the sand, and the dust. I just found this out just before I started recording. I don't know why I didn't test this earlier, but it surprised me. It never crossed my mind that it cannot process these. You know, everything else can process them. Pulverizer, sag mill, the enrichment chamber, everything. Just look at it. Let's take the gold right here. You obviously can smelt it. Pulverizer can handle it. You can hammer it. The smeltery can handle it. Oh, actually, only the pulverizer can, apparently. So that really sucks, guys. I'm very disappointed that we did all this. Why is this still loud? Oh, it must still be processing. But I'm not giving up here. The thing is that I'm hoping that there's already an update available to the pack. But here on the server, we don't update right away. We usually wait a few days before we update to the newest version, just to read the bug report forums and so on, because we have had in the past, you know, break things completely. Like Renovate once needed to redo most of his base because there was a mix-up with the microblocks. It was in, where was this? I think it was in Modsauce 1 or Infinity. I don't remember. I think it was Infinity, actually. So we always wait a few days. I'm ready maybe tomorrow, the day after, to update. And then who knows, maybe this can handle it. But until then, I need some ore. I need stuff. If you check here, I've got 20 gold left. And diamonds, I got 14 diamonds left. And so on. So I really need stuff. And we have lots of it waiting down here. Okay? So this is where we're going to get to. But I figured that over in this area, we are going to set up our ore processing. Because I want to run it off that power. And we're not going to just, you know, ignore the crusher. I think that if I need to, well, I probably will never need sand or something because I have so much here. But if there's other things that the machine can actually handle, because I did also a test here, you know, all these regular ores it can handle, no problem. It even gets byproduct like cinnabar from gold and stuff like that. Here, check it out. When you go, where is it? Hello? Anytime now? There we go. Crusher. When you go to the recipes, you know, it shows you everything that you can manage. It's only 33 pages, so that means it's 66 items that it can handle. It can do a lot of the nether ores, including cobalt and ardite. It can do all the Tinker's Construct stuff. And it can do pretty much all the regular ores. But it cannot do anything from ex nihilo. So I think we have a very good setup for crushing when we decide to set up a quarry or something. I am sorry, I'm as bummed out as you are probably that it cannot handle our ex nihilo because I wanted to run everything on this, but we got amazing power generation going. Ooh, what is coke dust? What's that used for? Nothing. Okay, so, but now let's go through here the ores, what we're gonna do today. Because I need ores, it's gotta go. We have these metals right here, okay? And these metals, let me put this stuff away for a second, just so I don't get anything else confused. Bam, bam, bam. And I can put on my magnet ring again. I have to make one of these Sagnolia flowers I want to put next to the crusher, so if I walk in there with my magnet and forget, it doesn't matter. So we got these, what is this, 10 different metals that we get from ex nihilo in the 3 different forms. I took them out from the other chest that we're going to have to combine. And for that, we're going to use the auto packager, okay? And then I want to make the most out of the ore, because if you combine this into the crush, what is it called again? Ex nihilo. There we go. If you make the iron ore gravel, you can then hammer that to get crushed, and you have a chance to get extra when you do that. And then you combine these into the iron ore sand, which you then can hammer again and get possible extra powdered, which you then turn into this. And we're gonna take all the dust blocks, and those are the ones we're gonna process into metals. So we got all these set up, right? But on top of that, there's other stuff in the output chest. For example, oops. Oh, I forget. That always scares me. When you use the backpack to open a chest, it doesn't open a chest, it opens the backpack. Coal, we're not going to process. Diamonds, there's no more here. We're going to not process. The same with emeralds, redstone, glowstone, flint, nether quartz, gunpowder, gas tears, bone meal, lapis, blaze powder, Certus quartz, and charged Certus quartz, as well as the Certus quartz dust, skystone. Those we're all just gonna store, besides the cocoa beans. I'm gonna avoid them. I don't want to keep cocoa beans. What's the point? How many times are you gonna dye something or make cakes or cookies? And the same down here. The cactus seeds, exotic seeds, ancient spores, yellorium, ancient spores. These three also I'm gonna avoid. And these right here, yellorium dust is not getting processed. It just gets directly smelted. Quicksilver drops we're keeping, and amber we're keeping, okay? So let's just start with something here. These right here, actually, let me see. I do have them in this chest over here, right? Anything else? Yes, the cocoa beans. I just want to see that I have these 4. Yes, so I need 1 so I can remember what needs to get voided. And what I am going to do is just keep these ancient spores right here in case we ever want to make mycelium somewhere. And that is it. And the rest I'm already dumping. Get this out of here. We don't need it. All right. Now, from here, setting up the auger packager and the auto hammer and so on is easy. But first, before we can process this, we need to set up first where we're going to store all this stuff, right? And I prepared something for that and found out something really, really cool that blew my mind, okay? So I'm going to show you guys the regular way on how to get there. I did set up a travel anchor. And I made some, it's almost like kind of a server room. It still needs a lot of dressing up. You guys know this downstairs. Let me turn this off real quick so you guys don't hear that. That's my clay hammering thing. I forgot to turn that off. And I made another floor down here. I wanted this to be out of the way and safe. No mobs can ever come down here or spawn or anything, okay? And check it out. I set up this entire thing here. I wanted to do this off camera because it just takes so much time. And these are all compacting drawers. Now what the cool thing is about this, and check it out. All right, all I have is 1 iron ingot in my hand. And when you put that in there, it automatically will, if you have more than 9 iron ingots, it will make it 1 block. And you can also directly check it out. If I click on the nugget, now I have 1 nugget. And no ingot, no block. I'm looking on the bottom right on Wayla, okay? I put the nugget back in, it automatically turns it into 1 nugget, 1 ingot again, right? And the same for everything else here. I found out all the different things that we have. And it's kind of cool because I had no idea. Check it out. No, not this one. Right here. There's even a block of gunpowder. I didn't know that. And what's the other one that I was surprised? Oh, here. A block of white dye. I can't wait to see what this looks like and maybe we can build it. It looks pretty cool. Could be a quartz replacement. And then these 5 over here cannot be... You can put them in a compacting drawer. Let me show you. Just so you guys see. But there's nothing to compact. So they're just... they would set up one of these. So I made these regular drawers 2x2. And I went with the nice colorful ones. Let's put this back in here. And the other ones here I'm keeping to be empty for now. Just in case there's something else I stumble across I want to keep. So... Now, how does this work? And that is where the magic starts, and I was so surprised, okay? We're going to hook this up directly to the ME system. And first I was a little bummed. I'm like, oh my god, I got to run a dense cable all the way down here. And that's actually, if you count this, there are 32 blocks up to here. There's 32 because I figured, you know, 1 dense cable can handle 32 storage buses. And then I'm like, oh my god, this is going to cost a lot. I could not make the storage buses because it takes the logic chips, which are made out of gold. So I could have not even made that, right? But then, this guy right here, there's a drawer controller. And I've used this before. You know, you can pipe items into this, and it will automatically distribute it if there is a slot for it. And if not, we'll put it into the first empty one, all right? And back here, because it goes around the corner, you know, only what is connected, this drawer controller can talk to. I put in one of these controller slaves that just connects these 2 rows together. I believe that the only limitation from the drawer controller is it cannot talk to blocks further than 16 blocks away. So you can make a 16 by 16, I guess 16 deep also, which would be huge. You know what I mean? But this right here is what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I could go 6 more this way, and of course many more this way, and it could still talk to it. And then I'm like, at a spur of the moment, I said I'm gonna try something, and that is absolutely amazing, guys. I can't believe it. I'm just gonna hook it up. You can put a storage bus onto the drawer controller. And then, because you only have 2 rows by default, I put in, 4 capacity cards. And then when I click this button right here, configures partition based on currently stored items. Check this out. Bam. That is it. 1 channel, 1 storage bus for all of this. Is this amazing or what? And the coolest thing is, when you check it out, because once, let me demonstrate that, and that is something that it's gonna need a little tweaking over the time. Let's just take a stack of iron with us and go back down. All right, if I put the iron in here, you guys see now it turned the 64 into 7 blocks and 2 iron ingots. Now, of course, this does not show up yet, but if I reconfigure that on currently stored items, now we have the block of iron accessible. So now up in the ME system, I can take out iron nuggets or iron ingots or iron blocks directly. And now also check it out. Now, once it's configured, and that's the thing, I don't even know if we're going to have enough room here. We might have enough room. For example, I'm never going to need blocks of yellorium or cyanide, I think. So it doesn't matter for these and other things. But now, because it is being configured, I can take out. Oops, I got to leave 1 in there. Bam. Now, there's nothing in here but 1. And it still has it configured, right? So let's see what happens up in the ME system. I know I don't have any iron blocks stored. Iron. It doesn't show any iron blocks because we don't have any, right? I'm probably explaining this way too much. Sorry, guys, but I was really surprised that this works. And now let's go back upstairs. And now if I do iron. Oh. I know what I forgot, guys. Check it out. Down here is that red cable that goes down to the storage system. And I put a ME toggle bus there and set it to the yellow color. And then added that up here with the signed storage system. And the reason I did that is because if I want to know what's actually in these drives and not in all the storage drawers down there in the compacting drawers, I just need to disable that. So this iron is actually in the drive still. So that's how I'm going to clean it up later, so I can take all this out and the nuggets and make sure they're down in the drawer instead of my drives. But now if I turn this on, it's going to take a second. And you're going to see down here, now this cable is red, so that means it's powered and connected. And now if we go here, there's the 7 iron blocks and the rest in the iron ingots. Is that cool or what? Now my question is, and that's what I actually wanted to see, if I take all this iron out but 1, so there's no blocks, if it's going to show us 0 blocks or if it just removes them. It just removes them because there's none in there. That is awesome. I love it. I think it's amazing. And of course, if I put this in here now, check it out. It went straight down to the storage bus and it shows us 7 iron blocks. Now, the only thing I do want to do to make sure that whenever I put something new in here now, I want to set this guy to priority 1000, whatever. Just a higher priority, so it will always make sure it uses this one first. And only if one of these is full, it will probably go back here. But that is something we'll worry about later. Okay, so we got the power done. We got the crusher done. We got the storage system ready to handle everything. And now it is time that we set up the magic over here and actually process this stuff and get it ready to be pulverized, smelted, and stored. I just finished editing the video and it turned out that the whole thing is over an hour and 10 minutes long. So I decided this right here is a really good cutting point, but fear not. The next episode is going to be uploaded the same time as this one, or I should say published the same time as this one. So you don't need to wait, you can continue watching the next one. And, you know, see how we progress and how we finish the whole ore processing, which is quite cool, I think. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so all my new videos show up on your feed so you don't miss anything. And on that note, guys, see you in the next episode. Take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.